All right. So yeah, so we're talking about Leelees and Gramz, girl, and we want to talk about, and everybody allegedly in these streets, it has been said that possibly we do know that Lily said that someone came in her home, in the front door, used a key, okay, used came in the front door, was trying to either knock on her bedroom door or tussle with the knob, and kept saying wake up," and then ran through the house, and then opened the garage door, ran through the garage, and on their way out egged her new boo, which is Daddy B. It's Daddy B on Instagram, but B, we all call her B affectionately. Egg B's car. All right. So now, what I want to know is what would be some of the reasons why Grams would do that. Now, there are a couple of reasons why. Now, we do remember before the holidays, before the new year, when there was this little public spat, um, after Grams decided to reach out to the baby fathers and go to Mama's game. And, she wanted to FaceTime or Instagram chat Bryce and all of this, kind of intruding herself in the kid's life, after she's been silent. Uh, you know, People had been asking her, well, what about the kids? And she was like, those not my kids. I know I saw her on social media say that. And all of a sudden, around the holidays, she wanted to reach out to the kids. Maybe it was the holidays. Maybe she was missing them. I don't know. Grams, the proper thing to have done was to reach out to Lily and work that out with her amicably, instead of going through the fathers. Because if you've been with her for 8 years and you've raised those children with her, along with their fathers, then you should have been able to go to her and say, listen, it's the holidays. I miss the kids. I want to be able to talk to them. Is it okay with you? And then after she said okay, then if you want to reach out to the fathers, that's fine too. But at least show her that respect. Okay? Listen, people sometimes don't stay together forever. I have been through a divorce and breakups, and they can end amicably, but also they can still carry on drama when you don't tie up loose ends. Here's the thing: you're not going to be the same age and the same and have the same mindset forever. So remember that. And what goes around comes around. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how popular you get on social media. What goes around comes around. And that's on both ends. So always treat people the way you would want to be treated. And even a step better. I'm not saying lay down and take all their stuff. Okay? All their crap. But yes, have healthy boundaries. But at the same time, treat people the way you want to be treated. And I don't care if you're lesbian, thespian, or for lesbian. Just treat people the way you want to be treated. And that will eliminate a lot of trauma. Okay? So, yes, conversations probably may need to be had, but at the same time, I don't see where you ladies need to get back together. I see you all prospering on your own. Now, has Lily been more transparent? Is she more people have seemed to rally around her more? Yes, simply because she's more personal. Well, I don't know if I said that word correctly, but anyway, I think you get the gist, right? She's been more transparent. She's been vulnerable, and it's just something about Leelees. You know what I'm saying? She just has that that you just like her. You want her to win. And actually, I don't think anyone necessarily wanted Gramz to lose. It's just that it's hard to understand where she's coming from because she doesn't really give you the entire story. She leaves lots of holes in the story, potholes, big potholes, holes big enough for you to fall in type potholes. Now, if you're from the South, you know we call those type potholes a big old lie. Yep, a big lie. That's what we call them. And she reminds me of a person that's lying. So, of course, after this whole thing went down, and wires got crossed, people took to social media. And so on social media, it got messy, of course, like things like this often do. Leelees, of course, said that, because this was right before Avery's birthday, y'all. And she said, does Avery know we were on the phone for 2 hours? And everybody was like, oh, yeah, 2 hours. What y'all talking about for 2 hours? And then, of course, Gramz, she takes to social media and then she says, as if the story that she was presenting was as if, hey, Avery knew about the conversation. She was right there for, pretty much most or all. I can't remember exactly the terminology that she used. Yeah, but she was taking her to her photo shoot and she was in the car for a lot of it. Now that's a long time to sit silent. Wow, your ex, why your wait a minute, current woman talks to her ex. Yeah, that's a long time to sit quietly. I couldn't. I would always make noise whenever my ex was on the phone with his ex. I'd always make some kind of noise. I would. So he wouldn't be on phone long. It was always concerned, something that they had to talk about. But I would always just be like, why would I be quiet in my own house? Why I gotta be quiet? You know what I'm saying? So I was never quiet. Now, I was never really asked to be quiet, but I always would just go about my day. And it could be a little messiness in me too. But I would always just, you know, you know how we do, girl. Okay? Because we all, girl, you know how we are. We all got that little in us. So I just find it hard to believe that Avery was sick there quietly in the car the whole time while y'all talk. And why is and I got a question. Somebody go down in the comment section and tell me why is Graham every time turn around she driving Avery somewhere? Do they have one car? Now I know that's none of my business. I know somebody gonna tell me it's none of my, but I just want to know. I want to know because they live in Atlanta. There's a lot of things doing in Atlanta. Y'all in one car. Why is she always driving you somewhere? Now I know she used to, drive Leelees a lot in Leelees Mercedes or their Mercedes or Leelees Mercedes, however it was, girl. But yeah, like why you? I mean, maybe because maybe she just likes to, chauffeur. Maybe the driving is her thing, and like I said, it is not my business. But I just want to know. I really want to know. Anyway, that's really not even the point of this video. I don't know why I went there, but anyway, let's get back to the point. So, Yeah, that's the spin that Gramz was trying to tell us. That Avery was there, knew that she was calling, all that kind of stuff, and Leelees whole thing was, no, I don't think she was, because and then she shared, because she shared that things weren't as great, as she thought, this and that, which we knew that, we can clearly see because we're not blind, that it's not as great, because every time Gramz comes to social media, she's trying to convince us that she's so happy, so happy, so happy, so happy. And that's another thing narcissists do. I remember even myself, I am guilty of, when my ex and I were together, I would always try to put up this united front because I didn't want people to know that the warnings they had been telling me, maybe you should slow down. Maybe you should kind of, maybe he's not the one. Maybe he's, do you think he's moving too fast? Da 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 da. And I was just, no, oh, he's just great. He's just great. I will admit, he just really wasn't as great as I said he was. And I was actually better when I was single. But I was trying to, maybe lift him up, and maybe if I gave him praise because he was saying that he didn't get a lot of praise, he was probably lying. That maybe that would encourage him to do better. It did not. It did not. So I've made these mistakes, and I so desperately don't want anyone else to make these mistakes as well. So yeah, that's why I get the whole, I'm not buying the whole, oh, Avery, when I tell y'all how much she has done for me, when I tell y'all how great she is, like for real, like for real, every time for real, when she says for real, girl, drop in the comment section. When she says for real, girl, what flashes across your brain? For play, for play, for play, for play. You know what I hear? Your lies for hours. You can lie on this for hours. You can gaslight for hours. You wanna give her flowers. You were lying for some hours. We are tired of hearing this for hours and hours and hours. That's what I hear. Girl, I hear hours in my head. What about you? So, girlfriend, after we heard those lies, of course, the majority of fans felt as if, hey, this girl is just not truthful. She's not transparent. And every time she goes live, she's trying to convince us that we're wrong. No, I mean, and she's digging more and more and more of these potholes for herself. It's like, who are you trying to convince? Us or yourself? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part. So basically, that whole thing didn't work, right? So then she, of course, after that, here comes this engagement to Avery. And we know what that's about. That's about, so basically you really don't want this. And you basically trying to weasel your way back. And this in my opinion, this is what Avery's saying to her. And they had some tips about it. You really want to go back. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't want her. No. What I was trying to do is, how she does that baby voice. What I was trying to do is, I was trying to talk to her. I was trying to get some things off my chest. I was trying to do this. I was. No, she wasn't, Avery. No, she wasn't. No, she was not. And really, Avery, you know that. Because you basically plotted on this girl. You saw her. Now, one thing about it, she did say you were a manifester. She did say you were a manifester. So basically, you saw what you wanted, you went after it, and you got it. Okay, applause. Good. Now that you have it, okay, great. So now you want to convince us that everything is great. And I know you went off on a tangent talking about, everybody's, talking about, bodies and teeth and all of that and this, that, and the other. Teeth are important because you need to chew. Um, all of us, if we could, most of us, if we could, do something to our bodies to make it perfect in our minds, I'm sure that we would. Some wouldn't. Some, I mean, it's that person's choice. So yeah. But let's just stick to the matters at hand. The matters at hand is that, you know, if you two are in a relationship and it's a loving relationship, we wish you the best. But we don't want to see Leelees further hurt. So, the jabs and the subliminal messages, those things are not warranted. Right? And I'm sure you guys could agree with that. So hey, yeah, let's just cut those things out. And we really, really applaud Leelees because she's really shown us growth through all of this. And I think that's why people are gravitating to her more because we see the maturity in her. And that's just awesome to see. So yeah. After that happened, then all of a sudden this next thing happened. And that's one thing about being in these types of relationships, right? It's like when something happens and the desired outcome, it's like cause and effect. Doesn't happen, then something else happens. And that's unfortunate. And that's when you see immaturity, childish behavior, tantrums, so to speak. And that's, in my opinion, that's what's leading up to this whole fiasco of someone coming into Leelees' house. Now, I do believe that someone came into Leelees' home. I thoroughly believe that. And someone had to have had a key. That is evident. I don't think she lied about that. I don't. Leelees doesn't strike me as a person who would lie about that. Um, so no, I do. I know her personally. No, I just don't see her damaging her brand or her credibility with something like that because of the things that she has coming down the pike. I don't think that she would make up a lie about something like that. It just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense? Doesn't. Nope. Doesn't make sense. So, but I do see after you all made that threat, because after she got on live and said what she said about the 2 hour conversation, and then, B went live, and then you decided to tap into B's live. And then when you saw B, now here's my opinion on that whole live with B. When you tapped on B's face and she answered, first of all, I don't think you thought that B was going to answer. I really don't. And when she answered and when that camera opened up and you saw what was on the other side, she's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl. And I don't think you really thought she was that beautiful. I don't think you thought that B was that attractive. I don't think you saw. I don't think that I think it hit you when you saw her face. What a light she had. I think you saw that inner glow. I think you saw what a great thing that Leelees has, and I think it hit you. You knew right then she's gone because this is what she has in her midst. And it's not so much about B, it's about light attracting light. It's about having a person that mirrors your energy and attracting that person. And I feel like every person deserves that. I feel like every person, gay, straight, trans, whatever, I feel like everyone deserves to have that reciprocal light. And I think that when you saw that, and you saw that in her, I think you knew then. And I think that is the reason why that next act of going through her home was necessary, in my opinion. And but now, if you guys disagree, drop in the comment section. What do you guys think? What would be a reason why someone, allegedly Gramz, and her people or whomever would actually do that, would actually go into Leelees' house? And what was the purpose? Now, I know that, a lot of speculation on YouTube has been, maybe to get something personal of hers, maybe to put some type of spell on her, as far as stopping her bag, maybe to stop her health. Maybe to disrupt her mental state. Maybe something to just hurt her, to stop her from doing all these things. Because now, let's be honest, she's getting to the bag. This girl is getting to the bag. So, yeah. But would that really work? And would it really be worth it? But anyway, like I have said, drop in the comment section. What do you think, allegedly now, this child walked into this baby's house and, just disturbed the peace a little bit and just wanted to let her know, hey, I can get to you if I want to. But now we know that, Leelees, did take precautions after that and did, I assume change locks and all of that. That's not even what this video is about, because I know she knows how to handle her business, and I know she said that on her last vlog. But I want to know you guys, how you guys feel. What was the reason? What was the rationale, so to speak, behind the whole incident? Was it to disturb the peace, or was it something sinister, or was it just a silly prank gone wrong, or was it just because I miss you, I don't want you if you're happy, and I'm just gonna come over here just because. Okay? So you guys let me know in the comment section how you feel. Okay? I'm gonna be waiting to hear some other conspiracy theorists, okay, out there, just to wet in the pot a little bit. Now, I know, listen, I know when it comes to narcissists, you don't need to give them any attention, but basically, reaction channels, we are basically reacting to people with narcissistic tendencies. So that's kind of our job. And that's kind of why we have to take a break in between, because it can be a little bit wearing on us to do this. But I like a good kiki. So hey, I'm up for the challenge. So I want to reach, my goal is to reach, well, actually, my ultimate goal is to reach 1 million. But guys, I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and you can help me do that. Yes, you can. I want you to hit that subscribe button, okay? Hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think, all right? I'll call y'all back later. I will, with some more stuff that has been happening and my opinion and maybe a little wisdom on what's going on in these YouTube streets. It's your girl, Lucinda Speaks, and I'll call y'all back later. Bye.